guys, and welcome back to another episode of Outcasts to Icons. And as always, guys, if you are enjoying the series, please do drop a big like on the video. If we could get to 150 again, that would be fantastic. Right then, so we have a lot of things to talk about. Before we get into today's episode, we're going to do ourselves a question of the day. And today's question is this. I don't know if I have answered this before in a question of the day, but I don't think I have. How did you choose the name Second Yellow Card? It's a really simple one, to be honest. Basically, I used to run a football blog, and that's why I already had all the graphics, and it was called Second Yellow Card. Got a bit bored of it after a while. It did okay in some circles, to be honest. Obviously, that's what makes up my website now, although I took a lot of the content off of it, apart from a couple of editorial articles. Most of the other stuff is gone now, because I wanted to use it as the website for this. But yeah, that's basically all I had. That's why I had the graphics made up and everything already. Obviously, it's different graphics now, but my old graphics, you know what I mean. So yeah, that's how I don't really know how I came up with it. I just thought it would be an interesting name for a football blog at the time, and it's kind of carried over into my FM stuff. So there we go. Right, now we have to get into some important things. Firstly, people were asking me if I was going to do anything special for the 100th episode. I'm not going to do anything for the 100th episode because I feel that the 100th episode is going to fall in a position where it will be difficult for me to do that. Because this is episode 99, which means tomorrow's episode... not tomorrow's, the day after, is going to be the 100th episode, and that is going to be the first set of games of the Euros. So it's going to be difficult for me to do anything. However, when we come to not the first set of games, but the second set of games for next season with Roma, that is when I'm going to do something special. I'm going to try out a new editing style that I'm going to be hopefully using more in FM16 and moving over to it. So that's going to be the little treat, I suppose, for the 100th episode. It might end up being like episode 105 or 6, depending on when we get there. Is there anything else to talk about? Right, so... we got offered the Sampdoria job, which was a bit weird. Obviously, I turned it down because it was a step down for us. And the Euros the draw for the Euros was made. And because I've got all these scouting reports coming in from players for the Belgium squad, I missed it. And I clicked continue. And I thought that it would just, needs response. But apparently it doesn't. And it just continues right past it. So we've been drawn against Croatia, Austria, and Slovakia, or is it Slovenia? One of the two. I apologise. I can't remember which one. But yeah, that's going to be our group for the Euros. So look forward to that. That's going to be fun. And all three of those games will be coming up in the next episode of this series. So there we go, guys. Which has kind of meant that because I've been doing all the stuff with the national team this month, I've not been doing a lot of scouting for players for Roma. So that's going to be a busy summer for me as well. Looking after that sort of stuff, trying to buy us a defence. But now let's get into the nitty gritty of what's really, really important, and that is this. Oh, right. It's been a tough... well, I say it's been tough. We've actually done all right in the league lately, although the 4-2 defeat to Milan, I feel like was probably due to me resting players more than anything else. So we started things off with a massive, massive win over Genoa. Genoa? I was so excited with the way things were going. I was so on edge that I actually nearly forgot to make any substitutions. Thankfully, we got a couple in late on and getting Wang Jong-ho off. But... my God, Valzania gave them the lead on 11 minutes, and I was worried, but then Zivkovic with a goal either side of half-time, making it 2-1, and then Marcelo Di Placido, the angel himself, making it 3-1 and putting the icing on the cake. At that point we could relax, but that was a huge match for us. We needed a favour of Genoa later in the month as well, and they came up good for us, so that is something very important because we were unable to get past Parma, and I was disappointed in this one because 30 shots, you'd feel like we should probably be scoring some of those. Unfortunately, we were unable to do so. Very disappointing from Di Placido particularly, who missed some golden opportunities. He really, really did. You might also be noticing I have shorter hair now. I said I was going to go, and there it's gone. So yeah. But on that very same day, Juve were beaten by Genoa. Genoa at home, and they are the third place team. So I can that seems like a reasonable... I actually thought that might happen, which is why I was kind of hoping it would, but the dropped points against Parma did not do us any favours at all. We then found ourselves up against Sassuolo in the next match, and it was a very similar performance in the sense that we had a lot of shots, this time with more on target, but still only managed to score one goal in this match. And that was a real shame, but we managed to get the win regardless, and that's the most important thing, was getting that win on the board, and we did so with Marcelo Di Placido, of course. Who else scoring the goal for us? Next up, we had Fiorentina. Now, the key thing about this game is not the fact that we won, because we did, and that's great. We deserve to as well. Fiorentina are 18th in the league and really are struggling, and they did not put up a good fight for us today. Falcao did something really stupid and gave them a chance to take the lead, and they did it. Capesi scored the penalty on 11 minutes, but thankfully in the second half, Riccardo Cattarini and Marcelo Di Placido, again with his 47th league goal. I think 47. I think that's what I checked. League goal of the season. Now, that's all well and good, but Juve went and bloody lost 2-1 at Sassuolo at the same time as us doing that, which was just godly. It really was. And that means the league now looks like this. We are 2 points above Juve now as a result of those poor results. I thought that once we dropped points against Parma, that was us done, because that put them 4 points in front of us, but they managed to draw. They lost to Genoa, They then lost, I couldn't believe they lost to Sassuolo. Now, that's the really surprising one. They've been imperious in most games this season, so to see them lose that was very surprising. But as you can see, though, we are 2 points clear at the top of the league. If we win today against Catania, we are champions. We won the Scudetto if we win against Catania today. Now, they are 13th, we're top. There's a lot of work still to be done. Juve are playing Fiorentina, already relegated Fiorentina, at home. So you've got to say that both of us will probably win. But we need to. We cannot screw this opportunity up. This is going to be massive for us because it will boost our managerial profile as well, I have to say. It's our first major league title. Very important. So as you can see, Di Placido with 47 league goals. It would take a hat-trick from him today to reach the big 50, which is not really likely to happen, which is a shame. But hey, Capra as well with 23 assists. Look at this. What a god. I really hope he wins Ballon d'Or this year. I cannot see how he can't. Right, so let's take a little look at the squad. Di Placido, of course, is the top goal scorer with 57 goals so far in all competitions this year. He's not quite Millington-esque with his overall goal scoring, but then Millington did that in a season where we reached the Champions League final, I think, and there was cup games in there too. So I think he's played less games than Millington did in that final season, but he has still scored 47 league goals, which dwarfs what Millington did. As for assists, Capra with 28. Holy shit, that is quality. So there we go. That's basically what we're doing at the moment. A few injuries, of course, in and around the squad, but the fact is we're looking okay, and I feel like we've got enough in the tank today to see off Catania and win the league. That's the hope, but it all does really come down to this, guys. It really, really does, and it's we're going to do a squad report at the end of this episode as well, so don't worry about that. I will try to remember to do that as well. Is there anything else beta saves. So people are sort of talking about beta saves, and someone did actually ask me who I was going to be doing for my beta save. Now, obviously this is an opportunity, what with it being probably like a 2-week period, I don't want to jump into a club save really, because I feel like anything you do in that, I like, you know how I like a bit of longevity. I don't like doing short saves particularly with clubs, because I feel like I don't like just going in and signing loads of big players. There's not a lot you can really do with that. That went a bit weird. I just don't really like it. So what I'm going to do instead, are we all good here? Yeah, what I'm going to do instead is I'm thinking of doing a national team save. Now, I was originally going to do one with England, but I feel like that's a little bit too samey. So I've decided to do a series that I'm going to be doing on the beta called Hidden Dragon, which is of course with the Welsh national team. Given their resurgence lately in the world rankings, I figured it'd be a good one to do for this, to start off with the beta. So we're going to be doing a Wales save on the beta just to kick things off, and then we'll be going into my rebuilding series once the full game comes out. Still haven't decided whether that's going to be Hereford, Yeovil, Tranmere. There's a couple of others I'm considering at the moment, but those are the ones that I'm really favoriting. Hereford I might not do, just because I'm not sure if the database is going to be available, and it's very low. I didn't realise quite how low it actually was. So it might... Tranmere is looking like a good target at the moment, as is Yeovil, depending on which one's which. 100th game for Simone Capra. Lovely old job. Again, he's being rested. He's picked up a lot of injuries. So Jaramillo, we've got to look out for. Is that Baldy Keita? No. I was going to say, he's our player. Pontiso, Malomba, Kim Chang-won, it's a great name, Koulibaly, Rossetti, Forgione, Merla, and Kifuentes and Skorupski in goal. That's Lucas Skorupski, isn't he? I'm pretty certain I've seen him before. Right, so let's see what Big Burgos has got for us regarding instructions. I'll just go with whatever he says for now. I trust him. How could you not trust Erman Burgos? Right, besides, if you don't trust him, he'll eat you. So there is that. Right, moving on. This is crucial. We just need a solid performance. As you can see, Arapi and Ilian are now our back two partnership today. Carlos Alexandre is in. That's showing you how bad our injuries are at the back. Capra, he's going all the way through. He's got to score. He doesn't. Simone, what are you doing, man? That was the ultimate opportunity. Put ourselves 1-0 up here, and I'd say from then on, it's easy sailing. I don't think Catania have got what it takes to come back against us. Zivkovic, Alian at the back post, but this is looking good for us from the start. Catarini, he's going to lose the ball, surely. He does, but surely this... Kifuentes is through here. Surprisingly, I swear he was one of their centre-backs. I could have sworn he was their centre-back. Yes, he is. I don't know why they've got a centre-back upfield. That's really strange. In fact, I'm very, very confused as to why they left one of their centre-backs upfield when we had a corner. Is he a particularly pacey centre-back? Very strange. Catarini now. I mean, Di Placido is going to be vital for us today. If we're going to win this game, he needs to get on the score sheet, really. Catarini bombing forward again. Is he going to shoot from long range? No, plays it back to Falcao. We're keeping the ball nicely. Possession-wise, is drastically in our favour. Di Placido through, and once again saved. Opening 11 minutes of this game has been all Roma, but can we find the breakthrough? Now, you'll notice in the top corner that Juventus have scored and are winning their game. We've got to win this. Oh, God. I can see it already disappearing from underneath us now. It's going to be... it's going to be Serta. Serta's going to come on to play that central striker role. He has to. But so far, so good regarding the stats for this game are massively in our favour. We are absolutely dominating. But we've done that in the last couple of games. You know, we did it against Parma and got a 0-0 draw. We did it against Sassuolo and only won 1-0. I would settle for a 1-0 today. I really would. But I feel like the earlier we get that goal, the more I can relax. Because Catania are offering nothing at the moment. But that injury has taken away a little bit of, Placido's through again. Yes! That is what we're talking about. Di Placido, 1-0, Roma 1, Catania 0. We're back on top of the league. And Di Placido has his 58th goal of the season and his 48th in all competitions. Crazy stuff. That's the perfect start to this game. We've dominating possession, the pass completion is off the charts, we're really concentrating hard if you look at the number of shots we've had and the shots on target. So a good little pick out here from Capra. Di Placido, I didn't think he'd shoot this from that distance, but it's just absolutely powered that end of the net. That was Aguero-esque, really. So Roma 1, Catania 0, the perfect start to the game. I've said that several times, but I just want to reiterate how perfect that is. So, oh god, I hope we don't get, like, sucker punched at some point in this match. Koulibaly, good tackle. And Ilian, actually, I tell you what, he's done alright today. Considering I wasn't so pleased with the signing we made and the amount of money he cost, I think he's done okay for us since he's come in, but I still feel that over the summer it's all going to be about me trying to buy defenders. I feel as an attacking threat with Capra, Catarini, even Halseta, Di Placido, the other players we've got I think are fine. Falcao, Wang Jong-ho. It's all about me trying to buy defenders. Garcia as well. Garcia whips it in, cleared away, but Capra should bring this down, and we should just be able to keep the ball, keep recycling the possession, and do our job like that. Zivkovic through now. Di Placido through, and what a save that is from Skudetto. Zivkovic has had a really solid month as well, actually. You know, if it wasn't for just how good Di Placido's been for us this season, Zivkovic would be the man of the season for us by an absolute country mile. He's been so good. Averaging it over an 8 all season is just incredible. Mainardi now with the ball in, that's a really poor one. Alian does brilliantly there, though. Mainardi to Falcao on the edge of the area. Capra, Di Placido, Halseta, that is beautiful football. Zivkovic on the rebound. Zivkovic on the rebound again. My God. We are battering Catania at the moment. We need that second goal. But I don't want to switch to attacking or control at the moment. Although is it worth just going on control for the second half? We're playing counter-attacking yet. We've got 58% possession. Really? Alright, Falcao. God. He's like his real-life counterpart. I'm going to go on control and try to just really take this game by the horns now for the second half. We've got every sort of aspect of this game is in our favour at the moment, and I feel like if we take the controlled approach, we might just be able to get that second goal. Oh, brilliant. Both of our first choice attacking midfielders have gone down injured. Just as well this is the last game of the season. So, that's going to be... actually, I'll tell you what. Because I want to bring on Wang Jong-ho later for Falcao in the centre, I'm going to give a debut to Cosimo Varisco, one of our youngsters, the youngster that came through the Youth Academy this season. So he's either 15 or 16. Plus, it looks like Zivkovic is about to put us... Oh, that was very lucky. I'm not even sure if that crossed the line, but it did apparently. Andrea Zivkovic, Roma 2, Catania 0. And that should be game, really. When you look at the way things have been going, that is a great strike from Zivkovic. Those free kicks have been lethal. Yeah, it definitely bounced down under the bar. That was Lampard against Germany-esque there from Zivkovic, although it was a dead ball situation. See how Varisco does for the rest of this match as well. I'll be curious. We will close down Koulibaly. I'm going to bring on Falcao now, just for these last... Where is he? Not Falcao. I'm going to bring on Wang Jong-ho for Falcao for these last sort of 15 minutes, just to sort of shore up the midfield, get some fresh legs in there. Might give Di Placido a chance to grab himself another goal, but we should have this game in the bag, and with it, the title. Fingers crossed, guys. If we can survive 20 minutes against a relatively poor performing Catania as well. We've been so good today. Where was this performance in the Champions League against Stade Reims? I know it's different teams, but we've been so imperious. Second half's kind of sort of dwindled a little bit in terms of the quality. Not really much has happened. We are literally 10 seconds away from winning the title. Only our second season at Roma, remember, and when we took over, they were dead bottom of the league and they've won it! Yes! I should have been wearing my Roma shirt, really, for this game, shouldn't I? There you go, 2 assists for Simone Capra before having to go off. Probably won the free kick, I guess, then. Di Placido doing what he does. 48 goals in the league this season for him. 48. We've won the league with 100 goals scored. 58 conceded, albeit, but 87 points. We have won the Scudetto. Good times, folks, good times. We've got a Belgium squad announcement coming up soon, so that's going to be interesting. And in the next episode, you're going to see 3 matches. I just did that, but it's 3 matches. We're going to do Slovakia, I believe. I'll check, actually, in a sec. We're going to do Austria, Croatia, which is an interesting group, actually. There were some easier teams we could have had, so it's going to be a tough 3 matches, but I feel that with this Belgium team, with the likes of Robert Galthier, it's Galthier-Robert, isn't it? Galthier-Robert and the other players we've got, I think we should have enough to get through that group. So let's just take a quick gander at as you can see, I've just had another Belgium scouting update. So let's just take a little look at Belgium. With the schedule. Oh, you'll like this. So firstly, yeah, it's Slovenia, not Slovakia. I do apologise. Croatia and Austria are the other teams that we are playing. The World Cup is actually being held, not the World Cup, the Euros is in England. So we're playing at New White Hart Lane, Wembley, and at Old Trafford for those games. Well, our training base is at Millwall, so that's interesting. And yeah, friendlies we're playing against Djibouti. Those of you who do follow me on Twitter will know why we're doing a friendly against Djibouti. I couldn't believe they actually agreed to it, but we did, and it's fantastic. We're then playing Wales in a friendly, because obviously I'm going to be doing my beta save with Wales, so I thought I'd do that too, and against Belarus, just to sort of get some of the juices flowing before the Euros. So in the next episode, of course, I will take you through the games against Djibouti, Belarus, and Wales, and then we'll be doing the 3 matches. Now, they'll be doing on extended, but I will be highlighting the games for the episode, and you'll see what that means when it comes. It just means I'll be chopping out bits where there's boredom, just to make the episode not an hour long, basically. So that's what we're going to be doing, and that sort of leads into kind of my new style, where basically what I'm going to do for the special episode, plus what I'm going to try and do for FM16, and I'll start hopefully doing FM15 too, is basically all the games that I play off camera, I will live com, and then you'll get like a little highlights package at the start instead of me talking about them. So I'll live com, so you'll get live reaction to the games basically as the goals went in, and I won't have face cam for that because the battery will just go ridiculous, but I will have, and then I'll do one live com at the end of the episode that was a full live com. So I think it will keep things nice and fast paced, and that's what I'm going to do basically. So if we do like 6 games off camera, then all 6 of those will be live commed. You'll see a little highlights package of those games, or set to music or something like that, with some graphics, and then I'll do the big live com at the end. That's what I'm going to try and do basically from now on, and that's why I can't do it for the first episode of the new season with Robo, because it'll only be 1 game. So yeah, that's basically the plan for that. Right, this episode might be a little bit longer because we're going to do ourselves a squad report. I need to turn off. Oh no, we're all right. Wow, we've got a big ass squad. No, that's my Belgium squad. Jesus Christ, man. Okay, so just make sure I've not got the right filters on. Sorry, I had my filters on earlier on my other save. Right, let's do this. So Simone Capra is improving drastically. Well, he's still improving nicely. He's pretty much at peak, but he's still only 26, so we want to keep hold of him. Alexandre, I feel like he's got further to come, but he is improving, and that's the main thing. We've got Riccardo Catarini, again, 26 years old. Fantastic player. I really hope that we can hang on to him for a little while, and we should do. Slavidanchev, everyone's favourite in the comments. The young bearded, he actually looks a bit like me at the moment. Then we got Giuseppe De Laurentiis, who, I don't know, he seems to have peaked a little bit, but he's very useful on that right-hand side, definitely. Luca De Curzio is potential, but I don't know if he's actually going to realise it during this save. Marcelo Di Placido, look at those stats. Oh. Yeah, sorry, I'm semi-erect just looking at his stats. Those are fantastic. 5 stars, obviously, and I count 33 million. He's worth way more than 33 million to me. So, and his contract runs till 31, so we should be okay. Elvis, of course, sort of faded away a little bit this season with injuries and whatnot. He's got the hip injury as well. Stefan Erving Druppel, next season will be more important for us because, of course, he can play Champions League football then, and we'll be able to use him a little bit more. Falcao, 30 years old, looks a bit like Zorro or V for Vendetta. He's got that whole sort of, yeah, that type of thing going on. Very, very useful player, of course, for us. Still declining, and he's sort of moving around. Bruno Gabrielli, not really using that much. He's sort of one for the future. In fact, I don't think he'll actually stay with us. Geronimo Garcia, who could not like Geronimo? He's been brilliant for us, the Mexican. He'll definitely be a feature next season, I think. John Halseta, he's 30 years old. I may move him on. I'm not entirely sure. In fact, his contract's expiring, so I might just let him go. Balde Keita, 33 years old now, massively on the decline, as to be expected. Federico Lamantia, torn hamstring, which is not ideal, but I don't know, he's obviously decreasing because of that, but I think next season there's still a place for him in this team, and that's the main thing. Alberto Laquesa is our sort of backup goalkeeper. He's barely played for us at all, but, you know, he's still useful to have. Alejandro Lorenzo, I'm tempted to give him a new contract. I know it says it's expiring, but I might keep him on because I think he's one of our best defenders. Mainardi still has a bit of room for improvement, I feel, but I don't know if he'll ever actually reach that. Marco Paolucci hasn't really played for us at all this year. I don't know if he'll actually... Well, he's got 1 more year on his contract, so he may well stay. Christian Paluzzo has done very, very well. Thrown into the deep end this year, and I say he's done it all right. I'm very, very pleased with his performances. Emmanuel Patalis, again, not played a single game for us, will probably leave the club. Wang Jong-ho, again, another sort of V for Vendetta looking dude, although not quite as much as Falcao. Was really... like, he was rated at like 30 million when I joined the club, but he's just not really been able to play that many games this year because Falcao's kept him out of the team. Andrea Zivkovic, I'm hoping we can get 1 more really solid season out of this lad before he starts to decline a little bit. Is there anyone else? Of course, Ilan Alian. This is what I mean. We paid way too much for him. £7 million. I really don't know. I'm not entirely sure about him. I'm hoping to go and buy some proper good defenders over the summer. Pietro Aquilanti. I mean, perhaps for the future he's got a little bit about him, but those injuries not exactly ideal. Mirko Aquino, look at that beard. He could be in ZZ Top with that beard. In fact, I'll keep him just for the beard, really. He's got a bit more time in his contract. Albin Arapi as well is another player that's done fantastic for us this year. And, of course, he's very highly rated. He's probably the highest rated young player we've got, so I feel like he's probably going to be great for us next year. And I might not buy someone in his position just because I want him to flourish. Giacomo Brescia, again, not really played him. And, of course, our big old goalkeeper, Brignoli, 36 years old. He's still got another year left in his contract, and I intend to make sure he uses that year. Fabrizio Keon, not played at all for us this year, and we're back to Simone Capra. So there we go, guys. In the next episode, you've got the triple live com of the games at the Euros, so prepare for the Euros. It's going to be fun. I'm very much looking forward to managing Belgium at the Euros. So guys, thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed this episode, please do drop a like on it. If we could get it to 150, that would be fantastic. For us winning the Scudetto, that would be brilliant. And if you'd like to even more than that and you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do hit that big old subscribe button underneath the video and join us for more fun like this in the future. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next episode for Belgium time. It's going to be a fun one, I think. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.